It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it comes your way next.
It's the venue that's had plenty of success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Enough build-up. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And we're underway from Kansas City. Return coming here from the 12th. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send a tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw Mahomes. This one finds Kelce. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Again, Mahomes to throw. He's got it! And this is down all the way to the 3.
I love crossing routes versus zone defense. Those zone defenders are dropping to their spots. And with all of that horizontal action, they often get lost in zone coverage just like that.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Option headed to the left on first down. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Changing it up here, Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Chiefs will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And this one too far in front of him, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Third and long for Mahomes. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Ariza to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Ravens will go on offense. New set of downs for him at the 38. A tight end in motion now. First down throw for Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he gets him around 6 there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion left. From the 43. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this 3rd down call. Here's Lamar. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 4th and long. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Rice. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down throw, Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Third and just 2 to go. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain on the play, and that brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. Mahomes to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That big 4th down call is how we close out our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Man in motion out of the slot. Jackson now on 3rd. This finds Likely. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Chiefs and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they bring him down around the 34. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Ravens take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. A timely interception for them there, Brock. That drive sure looked like it was headed for at least 3 and maybe more.
And that quarterback wants that throwback so much so. You could feel it right when he let it go.
Yeah.
That was a route they've been working on, and a lot of offensive effort goes by the wayside as the defense finally gets itself off the field.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score. I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Running once more with Henry. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. It goes as no gain on the 3rd down run, and now they face 4th down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. That's taken in at the 42. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 65 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Chiefs offense out to take over. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Chiefs with a chance to boost their lead. And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Baltimore running its offense out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Lamar off to play fake. Taken in by Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
That one's cut along the left sideline. That's 16 on the pickup, and that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Jackson off the play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Lamar throwing again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. And again, it's Jackson. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. One of the tight ends in motion left. So that brings us to halftime here in KC. It's the Chiefs who've got the advantage heading into the locker rooms. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Butker on now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Henry on the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, here's Lamar. Into the hands of Likely. He's got a gain of 6 there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Option give here. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10 from the 41. Slot man motioned over. Play fake, Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
Running back sent in motion. From the 31. Bails out of the pocket quick. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now it's Lamar. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. They go play fake with Jackson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing again is Lamar. Completes this one to Hill. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. The defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
Jackson now on 3rd. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready. Now they're going to send this one away. This taken from the 12. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. Back to throw, Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there, 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They send the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. This one finds Kelsey. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. They'll come up 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Back to the air, Mahomes. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Putting the tight end in motion. First down throw for Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Henry on the option. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. From the gun, Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lamar back to throw. Got his target. It's Hill. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 41. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 3rd and short.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. One of the tight ends motioning left. Bateman hauls it in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's on the move. Stepping up, and he's going to run. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you've got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Lamar off the play fake. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They send a man in motion. This is Henry on second. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens take a fourth quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His third total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. First and 10 now from the 30. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
From the 35 on second down. Kelsey makes the catch. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw it. On target to Worthy. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs needing 4 points. Motioning the tight end now. Here he is to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. He goes back to him yet again, complete. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Back to throw. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
He'll look to throw it. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Setting up to pass. Buys time, rolling right. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have taken the lead late. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. Hill now to return it. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 3 now. Lamar now from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They motion the tight end over. First down, here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Lamar throwing again. Connects with Bateman. And they get this down to the 28. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. First down throw for Jackson. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. Jackson yet again. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Henry, and he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts from the goal line. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Chiefs headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. This one finds Kelsey. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 47. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now. It's intercepted. That will do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Kansas City.